Hey kids, welcome to Lesson 10, Building an App, Color Sleuth, number 12, Intro, Updating the Score. Alexis, okay, now let's think about our if statement in check correct and how it updates the score properly. How do you want scoring to work? Michael, I think I want to make it so that if you guess correctly, you get 1 point, but if you guess wrong, you lose 3 points. Alexis, okay, cool. To do that, though, we need to know which player's score to update. Michael, right. To update the score, we actually need to know 2 things. If the correct button was pressed or not, and which player's score needs to be updated. Alexis, well, first of all, sounds like we need a global variable to keep track of each player's score. Michael, right. Let me make a note of it. We have a little example right here, and this is just adding a new global variable to the top here. Alexis, and to know which player score to update, we can just nest some if statements inside our current ones. Let me hack out some pseudocode. Little if-else statement right here. If the correct button is clicked, if player 1 is the current player, add 1 to that, else add 1 to player 2 score. Else, if player 1 is current player, subtract 3 from player 1's score. Else, subtract 3 from player 2. This just looks like it is deciding who is playing and whether they got the question right or not. Just writing that down felt like a lot. Michael, yeah, I was thinking we could use a series of compound expressions like this. We have another statement. If correct, button and player 1, add to player 1's score. Else, if they have correct and player 2, add 1 to player 2's score. Else, if not, correct and player 1, subtract 3 from player 1 or subtract 3 from player 2. Michael, not much better. Alexis, I just thought of a third option, and don't hate me for suggesting this, but we could make another function called something like update score by amount to add. And this function's whole job is to figure out whose turn it is and add the amount given in the parameter to the correct player score. Michael, interesting. But what if we need to subtract from the score? Do we need a new function? Alexis, actually no. We can just give a negative number to the parameter if we want to subtract. If we add -3 to the score, that's the same as subtracting. Michael, ooh, that's clever. Will it save us code? Alexis, maybe let's sketch it out. We have another sketch out here. So we have our global parameters there for 1 and 2. And it looks like we have a new function here. So we're taking the update score and turning this into the new function. And this is going to add the amount the current player is going to get, or subtract it if it's negative. Michael, so the total amount of code is about the same as the if statement, but I think this is so much easier to read. Alexis, I agree. Look how clean and easy it is to read check correct this way. Michael, so you convinced me we need to add another function. I'm sensing a pattern. Alexis, yeah, we're going to need to do the same kind of things as we did before. First, add global variables for player 1 and player 2 scores. 2, add a new function to update the scores. And 3, call that function from the appropriate place. Michael, that's basically what we had to do last time. Alexis, yep, let's do it again, but for this new problem. Michael, let's get coding. Woo, this sounds like a lot of work, but a lot of fun. Looks like this whole lesson is just going to be about updating the score. This is a crucial part of any game, so this should be very interesting. Let's go ahead and dive in.